welcome to another episode of the One Hotspur YouTube channel. Today, I'm Max. I'm one of the colleagues of the Hotspur News. Today, I'm joined by Liam from the Tottenham Voice, Louis from Spurs fan page or LB Vlogger, and Sam from THSC National. How you guys doing?
Amazed. Amazed is the only word to describe the past 24 hours. Obviously, all of us run Tottenham accounts. Well, apart from Lewis because his was hacked, but we've had a lot to comment on, and I've probably made about 30 posts in the past 24 hours, all about the Super League and obviously what this video is about, the Mourinho sacking. So a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, so anyways, in this video, we're going to be discussing Jose Mourinho's surprising sacking, which came around about, I think it was around like 10:30 UK time. And
I was at school when it happened.
Yeah, same. And obviously the whole establishment of the European Super League, which has sparked outrage among many social media outlets. So we're going to start with the Super League, I think, because that was the first news that came out. I'm going to go one by one, ask each member who's on this video today, and ask for their views and opinions on this whole establishment. So I'm going to start with Liam. Obviously, the European Super League, 12 clubs have signed up for it. The Big Six: Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, and one other. I can't remember who it was. But Liam, talk to me. How do you think this is going to impact football as a whole?
No, this is just completely shambolic from the owners. This proves that Tottenham Hotspur does not care about its fans. One reason why I'm thinking of leaving the fan base for good. It is pathetic. It is pathetic the way they have handled this. And I hope to God every club gets what they deserve and discipline and punishment. I feel so bad for the players that can't play international football now because of their fucking lunatic owners. And the fact that they think this will work, it's money-based. It's money-based. You want to have something that will destroy everything? It's money. Everybody says, oh, it's just gonna fill our pockets. To the fans that freaking like this crap, get a grip to yourselves. Read to the. This is not the game that we love. This is the game that we inspire to win. This is when the poor make the game and the rich take it from us. This is pathetic on so many levels. Like, as a player myself, I am amazed. I am amazed because you look at players from all around the world who have a dream of coming to the Premier League, who have a dream of playing for these clubs. That is done. That is dusted. You want to play for a freaking shambolic, money-making bullshit scenario. It's the freaking Super League.
Yeah.
And then a couple of, I'm sorry if I'm rambling here, but like, for God's sakes, like, this destroys the image of what we love as fans. This destroys the core foundations of football itself. But for fuck's sakes, people, wake up to the fact and revolt against these clubs, please.
Yeah, obviously, like this, obviously, like the whole idea of this Super League is like spot outrage among many social media outlets. Like all 12 clubs, the fan bases of all 12 clubs who have signed up for this whole idea have been so angry, like especially Spurs fans, Arsenal fans with the whole history of Stan Kroenke. And in my opinion, I think this is a time when Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea, City, United, Liverpool fans need to just stand together, stand united, and bring football back to how it should be, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to Louis, also known as LB Vlogger, ask for his opinions on this whole establishment now. So go ahead.
Right, hello. So I can't believe it. I need to breathe first. What a 24 hours it's been for the club. And obviously, I was at school when it got announced that Jose was sacked, and then one of my mates came up to me today and said, "Oh, Louis, Jose's been sacked." I was like, "What?" And then I couldn't believe it. But I'm happy. I'm happy. I wanted him gone since our bad run of form was happening, and I think Ryan Mason will actually do well as caretaker manager, and hopefully we'll get us some wins. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. And about the Super League, I can't believe it. I've taken a stand. I disagree with it. And I've changed my profile picture to the banned Super League thing because obviously, it shouldn't be happening. It's ruining football. It's ruining England's chances of the World Cup. And yeah.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, I think this whole Super League idea. I'm just going to give you my opinions on the Super League first, before we move on to Sam is going to explain the whole how this thing's going to work. Obviously, obviously it's going to start in August, so it's going to start as soon as possible, according to the people who founded this, such as Perez, etc. But anyways, I'm just going to give my thoughts. I think this whole idea, just once again, like showcases how money is the most important thing according to the 12 owners of these 12 clubs. I mean, literally, like Liam said, football was created by the poor, stolen by the rich. And this whole idea, therefore, increases the gap in wealth between the rich clubs making them wealthier and the poor clubs making them poorer. And also, I'm going to read a little statement to you. This was one of the owners of the Big Six clubs. He said, "Our primary job is to maximize our revenues and profits. The wider good of the game is a secondary concern." This is I think this is a statement released around 1 o'clock to it was around 1 o'clock to 1:30 UK time. So it was about 6 a.m. US time, 7 a.m. US time. And this statement just really shows how much these owners, and because the thing is in England, in England, the owners have the biggest power base in football, and the owners only care about one thing, which is money. Why do you think Spurs and Arsenal are in this Super League? Because let's be real, Spurs have not been a Big Six club the last 2-3 seasons. Arsenal have not been a Big Six club for the last 9-10 years, and yet both of the clubs are in it. For one reason is because both clubs are wealthy. That's the only reason both clubs are in this Super League. And it's really upsetting because teams like West Ham, I know I shouldn't be mad because West Ham are our London rivals, but at the same time, teams like West Ham, who have a really good chance of qualifying for the Champions League, their hopes are just going to be damaged by wealth. Simple as that, wealth. West Ham could have been playing in the Champions League next season. Who knows? If they did well in their last 6-7 games in the Premier League, you never know, they could have got top 4. And you never know the following season they could have faced Bayern Munich at London Stadium. Who knows? But then again, this whole idea of wealth has destroyed the game once again, and it's just really disappointing to see because as I've said, because the thing is that as I've said it a few times or now in this video, and also primary ones like Gary Neville stated absolute facts that all clubs should be heavily punished. But anyways, our podcast is going to be out soon on the Hotspur News, so I guess I'll explain more there about Daniel Levy. But one more thing before I move back to Sam is going to explain. I think once again this just showcases that Levy uses us as customers, not as fans. Literally, to everyone watching this video, and to everyone who's whether you're an Arsenal fan, a Chelsea fan, whatever, stop buying merchandise, stop buying season tickets, bin your season tickets, yeah? Stop buying beers, stop buying programs, just bin it, because all these owners want is wealth. They use us as customers, not as fans, which is the complete opposite of how it should be. But anyways, I'm going to go back to Louis, and maybe Sam could explain to us how this Super League is going to work.
So, time to hand over to Sam about the Super League. Sam, what you got for us, mate?
So, the European Super League is formed by 12 European clubs. It's consisted amongst the biggest clubs in Spain, England, and Italy. It includes European giants such as Barcelona, Real Madrid, and in Italy there's Juventus and both Milans in AC Milan and Inter Milan. However, it's caused an uproar recently from fans, and the media has exploded, and that's caused due to the finances that are created by this are very high. But as we've mentioned, it could be very poor for other clubs in the terms that they want to try and grow via the Premier League, and it would be treated as a midweek tournament. So it could be, although we don't know the full details yet, it could be in place of the Champions League and the Europa League, both formed by UEFA. And in that case, it could be a league competition. So you'd play Barcelona and Manchester City in a league instead of in a Champions League or Europa League game. However, clubs may choose to leave because the consequences of being caught in it could be game changing. It could kick them out of the Premier League as well as the Europa and Champions Leagues. And apparently the FA Cup and Carabao Cup would both be banning entries to clubs in the European Super League.
So obviously that's what Sam just said there. And yeah, that's it for the episode.
So now we're going to move on to the other big news, which happened at around 11 o'clock this morning. Jose Mourinho has been sacked by Tottenham Hotspur. Now, this came out of nowhere. To be honest, I can't say I was surprised. I can't say I was surprised looking at our poor form recently. But at the same time, it's still shocking. One of the most decorated managers in football history has gone, and 3 sackings in 6 years. You really think it's over for him as a manager? So I'm going to start with Sam on this one. So Sam, what are your thoughts on Mourinho being sacked? I mean, is it a positive or a negative, do you think?
It's crazy. That's what it is. I think it's probably a negative right now, but in the long term, probably a positive. But I think I would have been Jose in until the end of the season had he stayed. But now that he's gone, I don't want him back. I think he was only a short-term option, and he's not someone that I would suggest as a long-term option. And I just think that Mourinho being sacked could actually benefit us for the cup final, because if you've got this stale management and you don't want to, you don't want to play for a manager, perhaps that's a problem, because they're not going to come into the game fresh. Whereas with a new manager, perhaps they'll just feel a lot fresher. And you see it with every manager. No matter how good, no matter what the form is afterwards, their first 2 games or so are very, very good because they win both games. And in fact, we even saw it with Mourinho. He came in, he beat West Ham, and he beat Bournemouth. I mean, I know we'd normally expect that, but he's coming with a team that wasn't really playing very well at the time. So I think it's a chance with Ryan Mason to win something. But like you said, it's a real opportunity actually for Ryan Mason to win a trophy in his first few days at the club. But also there's rumours that managers like Julian Nagelsmann, who's probably not going to win the Bundesliga with Leipzig, might want to come to Tottenham now if Leipzig let him go, based purely on the fact that he could win a trophy in his first few games, and that's more than what he'd be achieving at Leipzig right now. But I think that this whole idea of attracting big names because we got Mourinho in, that's just going to go now. And I just feel like that could be good in some ways and bad in other ways, because we might have to perhaps look at alternative options. And in that case, there might be an opportunity for younger talent. And I know we've been linked to a few young players from the Championship. So I'd be happy to see them come. But I also think that only a few players were actually devastated that he left, like Højbjerg, probably Joe Hart, Kane, maybe Son. All of those players have obviously written a post on Instagram about how sad they are about that. But I think players like Dele Alli, Gareth Bale, and probably Harry Winks, Danny Rose will be, they'll be jumping for joy now that he's gone. But I don't know about appointing Mason Greenwood. I don't know about appointing Ryan Mason permanently yet, but we'll see how his results go, because we could very much so see an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer situation where he stepped in and he obviously came in on interim basis and did very well. So we'll have to just play that by ear. But that's what I've got to say on Mourinho being sacked and obviously Mason coming in.
To be honest,
and the thing is, yeah, is that what I noticed is that every time we get a new manager, or like every time that any team gets a new manager, for the first like game or two, like it's always really positive, and especially with the cup final coming up against Man City.
That's my logic, and that could be
like,
what.
Yeah, like there could be a new like sort of like good passion, like good passion around the club. Well, and obviously we've got Southampton on Wednesday, so we'll see how that pans out. But obviously we've got the Carabao Cup final, which is for me like the only game left that's important. Because in my opinion, this is our last chance to win a trophy in God knows how long. So, yeah, but anyways, we're going to move on to Liam now, get his thoughts on the sacking of Mourinho. So, Liam, let's have you say.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so not really news to me, honestly, because I mean, you look at decorated managers and you look at like the success of what Jose Mourinho has done. To me, it's not surprising because of the terms of success that we were not having as a club, but to fire a manager right before a cup final, and as someone as decorated as Jose Mourinho is, I'm not saying he should have stayed. I'm not saying anything like that, but the timing is just ridiculous. Like ridiculous. This is what I think he got fired, and this is my opinion. It's because he's rejecting the Super League, and Daniel Levy just literally just said, you know what, screw you, get out of here. If you're not gonna play ball with us and our money bullshit making, then get out. I think he was trying to stick up for the real passions of football, and not saying that like I'm gonna go with this. I mean, I'm sure you all have seen the reports that Klopp is considering leaving the Liverpool. I don't know if any of you have seen those reports, but I mean, this is just kind of ridiculous, because you look at a manager like Jose Mourinho and you say, oh, he's been fired 3 times in the last 6 years. Okay, maybe his style of football is gone, but the timing of this is ridiculous to me. Because, I mean, it's right before a cup final. You would think you would want to win your very, very last trophy ever, maybe. And, like, God knows how long, like Max said. But the timing of it, that's what's getting to me. And it's not the matter of fact that, like, Jose is, like, he is one of the most decorated managers of all time, probably. I mean, he's won everything you could think of. But, to me, I think it's a clear message by Levy, but that he cares more about. Okay, fine, that's it. I'm done.
So that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, and come on you Spurs.